I grew up playing music and always just loved exploring that. Like, I really loved rhythms and lyrics and the way music made me feel. But I was always interested in acting and performance in general. And it was in A-level, when I was doing both music and theatre studies, that I realised there was a disparity in how I felt about the whole subject. In music, I really loved the performance and the writing of the music, but it was in theatre studies that I loved everything. I loved the performance, I loved the writing of it, but I loved the analysis of it, the theory of it, like everything about drama and theatre really excited me. And I thought, if I was going to go to, music school or university or drama school, I'd rather get into debt and love the entirety of the course than rather just love half of it. And so I switched very last minute from music to go and study jazz to applying for drama school, where I spent 3 years at the Central School of Speech and Drama on the BA Acting, Collaborative and Devised Theatre course. That's what really excited me, was making my own work, was making devised theatre. And so it was the perfect fit for me to go there, and I had a wonderful time. I think that training is invaluable. Obviously there's always a hot debate of, do you need to go to drama school? I don't think that is the case. I think you can be a fine actor and to succeed without a formal education. However, training is still important, because essentially what drama school is doing is opening you to many different tools and techniques and giving you a solid block of time, up to 3 years of being able to invest yourself purely in the process of discovery. And that, whether it's at an accredited school or not, I think is important, to allow yourself as an artist time to explore. And so it might not be that setting, but it could just be, a weekend with your friends, getting a room and playing around with some ideas. It could be an online course, it could be a summer school, it could be anything, but I think as long as you are challenging yourself so that you're not just relying upon purely instinct and your own experience, because I think that has a limit, and we want to be able to push beyond that and to draw upon things that aren't yet at our fingertips. I think that's one of the beautiful things about art, is it challenges us, and I myself as an artist like to be challenged. So going to workshops and seminars and masterclasses about things that I don't know anything about, that I will struggle with, that I won't be good at. I'm not going there to be good at them, I'm going there to learn and see what it can offer me in my practice, to develop my own practice. So for me, drama school was a great opportunity, because it gave me that time and space to play and develop, and that has only continued in the work that I've done since. I've been very lucky to work with many different theatre companies and directors and practitioners who have all offered, within their own process, something new to me, have all approached the work differently, and challenged me with different things to take on, whether that be a role or a technique. I hadn't really done much puppetry before. I went into a show that required puppetry, and now that's part of my skill set, and I can use it in productions, or I can not, but it's there for me to explore a different way of storytelling and connecting to an audience. So I think challenge yourself all the time. This is a great platform for that as well, because you've got so much at your disposal to investigate and to learn from. And it's up to you to keep pulling at that thread and seeing how far you want to take it. No one's going to force you to train or to apply yourself to something. It really depends upon how much you want it or are curious about the thing. I think that's the sense of having an open curiosity to play. And you'll hear actors talk about that a lot, and directors. They want a sense of play in what they do. It's something we did naturally as kids. Trying to rediscover that place. Any advice I'd give on surviving would be about remaining open, and it's a weird duality that you have to exist in, of having a thick enough skin to be able to weather the storm and take these knocks that we're going to get inevitably because we can't get every audition that we go for. But having a thin enough skin to remain sensitive and available to the work. What we do as actors and as artists is essentially make ourselves vulnerable. We want to be able to connect to our emotions and be able to translate that into the work that we do. And I think sometimes after so many knocks or slight miss-starts, we can harden to try and protect ourselves. It's a natural thing to do. We want to protect our body and our emotions, so we can kind of shut off, which for an artist isn't ideal. So it's trying to find this line where you can protect yourself and be a robust human, but still be available to that emotionality, still be able to let yourself be vulnerable in front of others. And I think that comes through relation with other people, through your fellow actors, not viewing others as competition, but people to learn off, to engage with, to share with. I think that opens us up as we become in relation to something outside of ourselves. We develop a greater sense of empathy, and acting is all about empathy. And so really go out and connect with people. That's what platforms like this are great for, because there's a community here. Sometimes it feels like the community is desperate because we're all trying to do our own thing, we're all trying to make it. But actually trying to invest in that community that you have around you, I think is invaluable.